Alright, hello everyone, my name is Shep, welcome back to the Butcher Circus, and today I am playing against Avocado from the Discord server. So this is someone that spends their entire day basically fangirling over the Grave Robber and the Lunch Grave Robber specifically. And now that we're finally playing against each other, I see no Grave Robber, except for the one on my team. I'm the one that's actually playing Grave Robber against the Grave Robber in Shire. That is quite odd, to say the very least, but let's start off by trying to push this Flagellant with Crushed Hemlock and Rain of Sorrows to the back to prevent Battle Ballad with my Red Tiara's Net, but just failing the 80% horribly right at the very first move. That is terrible. Now, completely apart from the game, you might have noticed, if you looked below at the subscribe button, if you are already subscribed, there's also a join option. I added that yesterday, someone suggested it, so if you want to support the channel in more of a membership way, you're free to do that, and you'll get access to some of the Discord server emojis, you'll get access to membership badges, and you also get access to a special thumbnails channel, which I will have in the Discord as well, if you want to get like the access to all the meme thumbnails that I do, right? So, in terms of how this is going, they just go for the Battle Ballad as expected, and honestly, I would go for dodge, but I don't think it's gonna cut it. I think I just have to go full on the aggression here. I'm not even going to Battle Ballad. Maybe I should have with that backline. Maybe I should have dropped the Battle Ballad, honestly. I kind of got a bit ahead of myself, especially with that extra 15 dodge, but I was kind of running out of time, so that's why I did it. This is uncanny that they even have Flash Powder on there. I mean, I personally don't care all that much. I think I'd rather just stay in position 2 here and let these two bozos eat the DOT, rather than the Grave Robber. Yeah, I think I'd rather just do that. So for starters, we're probably just gonna drop a Panic Darts on there. Thankfully it does hit. I have more of a self-reliant Grave Robber here rather than what I usually do with her, which is just to bring the, what do you call it, the Leather Band Julia for the extra dodge, but you're kind of lacking on the accuracy. But I have a bit more of a self-reliant team. They all have accuracy stuff, so I really don't have to drop the command buffs every single time. I'm probably going to regret, because, yeah, that's why I'm gonna regret it. She got a crit, so she got the extra 10 dodge. Oh boy. You just love to see it. There is Materia Passes on there as well. The punish goes down. It hurts a lot. But we should be a-okay here, right? Yeah, don't fret. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna do this. One thing that could happen, which would be kind of really annoying here, is if my Man-at-Arms gets pulled. I personally don't agree with the play, because there's still a chance that it doesn't work, because I could just resist the move, and also the damage you do to him is pretty much negligible. But they do have the Red Tiara's Net on the Shieldbreaker, so they could do that, and then I can't Shadow Fade anymore to put my Abomination back into position. So that is a possibility for them. I think what I'm gonna do though is just wait for some more DOT to come over, and after that DOT does appear, I'm just gonna keep spamming the bellows. I will just go for the Toxin Trickery and just stay where I am with the Grave Robber. Hopefully she'll be able to, you know, kind of get 1 or 2 dodges, but yeah, it's looking rough. Maybe with Repulse here, my opponent is kind of dissuaded from being a bit too aggressive with the stuff they have. That's very surprising that they're going Adderskiss on the Flagellant. I thank you, sir, for doing that. I quite need it. I quite need that Adderskiss, because I want to redeem this Grave Robber just to keep her alive. Now finally I get one of my 4 Rain of Sorrows to hit so far, and it does go on the Antiquarian. She has taken a lot of stress and also a lot of DOT, so she's not feeling too good. The problem with the team that Avocado is playing, which is the Winter Bliss team, is that it is gonna have a bit of a rough time. It is gonna have a bit of a... Oh, please tell me it's not enough. Okay, it's not enough. We're fine, it is not enough. We're just gonna do this. We're gonna get some dodge resistance. But yeah, one of the problems with it is that the backline is super squishy. Of course, they have some decent dodge, but the backline is quite squishy. Then you still have the power couple with the Flagellant and the Shieldbreaker. But usually against very aggressive stress teams, the stress teams will actually do better. Please don't cost Blight. It costs Blight. Unfortunate. But she is at the store. I kinda can capitalize on it. It would be nice if she went anything but abusive, because now she actually does damage at this store, but I imagine she won't survive to like the final points of the match to keep on being that aggressive. I could try to go for the death blow here with the Reign of Sorrows, but I think that would be absolutely ridiculous to do, because then I'm gonna get finale'd, which I really don't want to happen. So I will just drop a battle here. I will say I've been quite fortunate with the battles, not in terms of debuffs, but in actually sticking them. I do have the Eerie Eye here on my man-at-arms, so he is capable of doing these things. Now also, one thing I wanted to ask is, how do y'all feel... Oh, that's a weird move. How do y'all feel about me doing shorts of like cool moments and like edited shorts? So I put on some funk over it and some flashy effects. What do y'all think about that? Do you think that would be a cool thing to witness, like a new Butcher Circus content idea for the Shepherd Doggy channel? So the cooler moments I just put on there, I think it could be cool. I quite like looking at shorts, but there isn't... I don't think there's any Butcher Circus shorts actually, so let me know in the comments if you think that would be something that you would be into. So, the Antiquarian is down. They dropped the finale on my Grave Robber, which means they won't have... Oh, please. The 5%. It's okay, though. Don't worry about it. It's okay, because we get to transform and apply horror anyway, so, you know, it's just... Abomination's still good. He's still a good character. Now, the thing here is, we have to deal with this Shieldbreaker, which isn't gonna be easy, because we haven't had a doggy to, like, spam Hound's Harry into her with command buffs. And we're gonna have to deal with the Jester, which is gonna be easy. He's pretty much dead. He's not gonna last too long. It looks like they're going to focus my man-at-arms, which is an idea. It's definitely an idea. Not sure if that's what I would have gone for, but here it's just gonna be de-transform into Beast Pile for sure, just to cause stress, get rid of that corpse, and start hitting both of them, and kind of just ensure that the Jester is dead. Because if I drop one more Beast Pile, he's already dropped Finale, he's not gonna have a fun time. But I definitely think Avocado dropped the finale a bit too early. I think he could have kept the pressure, because I would probably go to position 4 regardless with their pulls, so they could have prevented me from either stunning or pushing this Chester away. So they could have stayed like in position 1, just kept stacking up those finale buffs, forcing me to drop heals preemptively, and kind of just winning the match that way, but they didn't, and you know, now my Flagellant's still alive, he'll be able to use all his heals if I want him to. Sadly, I am dropping to this store here. There's only a 25% chance of it getting the death blow though, so I could risk it. I could risk it, but do I want to risk it, is the question. I mean, it's only a 25, right? It's only a 25. Surely he won't go like hopeless and say no to it. The reason I'm doing this is because I kind of want to soak up some of the DOT before I actually drop the redeem, because I'm dropping to this store and then I'm dropping a redeem on a high max HP character. So I kind of want to soak it up a little bit before I go for the redeems here. Also, if he dies, it's not the end of the world. I'll just drop the redeem on the Abomination instead. So yeah, they go for that. Please not an affliction that's going to refuse my redeem. It's gonna be really sad if it does. Oh, that's one of them. That's one of them. Okay, I could still drop the redeem on the Abomination instead, but honestly, he's alive for a bit, so I'd rather just not at the moment. And yeah, there's a crit heal on there, so you know, we're chilling. We're chilling. We are chilling. Should I risk it again? Should I risk it again? Is the question. Nah, we don't. Ah, you dummy! You dummy! Why do you do that? Okay, fine. A-bomb it is. Oh, the crit heal for 44. Yes, on the Abomination, man. Oh, the Butcher Circus. You know, I actually got into this match and I was gonna say something about how I've been enjoying the Butcher Circus a bit more, but then I decided, you know what, let's not say that, because that's gonna jinx the match completely. And I think even just thinking that has jinxed the match completely. So yeah, good on you, Shep. Good on you. I could... Okay, I would have loved to drop a battle here, I would have loved to drop a command buff here, honestly even a bolster, even a round 5 bolster for the 2 remaining characters would have been fine. Anything but a pass. I guess a self-hit would have been worse, yeah. Well, then if I survived the self-hit I could have still acted, but you know, yeah, I think a self-hit would have been a bit worse. So they're gonna go for the pull here, they're gonna put me in a weird spot with these two. I think we just... He is dropping to the store, but I could always be aggressive with my Jester. So yeah, this is just gonna be a wild turn. He might be dead actually. That might be enough blight to just yeah say goodbye to the Jester. Unless the Flagellant has some sort of stress act out, this Jester should be finito here. The Flagellant still has all of his healing actually. I haven't been able to make him exhaust any of it, but he does drop to Death Store, so that does heal the Jester up a bit. Please, the stress act out? Nah, unfortunately not. They're gonna go for the Exsanguinate here. I don't die, surprisingly. I live on, so they're gonna have to Dirk Stab into the Flagellant most likely. I feel like punishing the Shieldbreaker is the move here. I could whiff it though. I could very well whiff it. Or maybe just going full on the Flagellant and just trying to attrition him out. I'm definitely not dropping another Redeem here while I'm not at this store. That's not happening. Because getting rid of the Flagellant, then I still have my Abomination to just perma-stun the Shieldbreaker. That's probably the move, right? Yeah, that's probably the move. So let's make this Flagellant go down to 0 again with another Beast Pile and something. And just try to win that way. And yeah, the next Beast Pile basically just kills the Jester too, so it's okay. Please, one more! Oh, poor guy. With that Dirk Stab, they do actually put themselves out of position with the Flagellant, so that is pretty cool for me. That you know, maybe I get a crit here on the Jester and just kill him that way. But no, he's gonna die to the heart attack, which is exactly what I want. Yeah, he doesn't have enough duty on him for it to go away immediately. I have some decent HP on my Abomination. My Flagellant still has most of his heals, no accuracy buffs. Their Flagellant does have accuracy buffs, so I might miss an Exsanguinate, and they don't have a chance of missing the Exsanguinate, so you know, I'm gonna wait until I'm at Death Store before I use it. But one very cool thing that's about to happen here, because the Shieldbreaker didn't move back twice, is the fact that I don't have to go for the heal here. I think Avocado definitely misplaying a little bit by not moving back twice here. I really don't care about the Shieldbreaker. I don't want to hit into her. I want to kill this Flagellant and only kill the Shieldbreaker afterwards. So that extra dodge and the extra blocks, it's really not going to make a difference. So I think just moving back twice here, and yeah, no, no, it's Jover, guys. It's Jover. I'm sorry. What's my accuracy? 126, it's not guaranteed. Alright, it's not Jover. I have to... Oh, yeah. We redeem, right? Yeah, she's gonna Adder's Kiss me and stuff. Yeah, we redeem. Alright, it's fine. We chill. So, yeah, the Flagellant just oofs himself there at the end. As you do. As you do. And it is, as of now, a 1v2 between the fake power couple and the real power couple, the Abomination and the Flaggy Daddy. So they're gonna go for the Adder's Kiss. Yeah, that's some DOT. I don't mind. I have 3 Exsanguinates. And you wanna know what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna throw them at the Shieldbreaker. That's definitely not happening. I'm gonna throw them at the corpses, because I can't miss the corpses. I can miss the Shieldbreaker, not the corpses. She's actually masochistic, so once the dodge does go away, and I'm at this store, an Exsanguinate could be viable here. But yeah, it's just going to be stun into bile. Which, why not stun into stun or bile into bile? Well, if I have the guaranteed stun chance, I'm definitely going to go for it. But if I don't have the guaranteed stun chance, doing the stress and a little bit of damage might just be a touch better here. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Stress, a little bit of damage. She's dropping to Death Store already, so yeah, this is really rough. I think even if my Flagellant died here, my Abomination would probably still win this. Mostly because Abomination has some very weird interactions at the end of the game. He's either going to win completely or he's going to be useless. He's either going to have to Manacles a Flagellant and do 3 damage and not get any stun, or he's going to be using Manacles on like an Arbalist or an Occultist and just win you the match 1v2 or something. It really is crazy how strong he is. Yeah, it's gonna be another stun turn, so yeah, with my very high accuracy numbers and the fact that they went masochistic and the fact that you don't have Monkey's Paw, yeah, it's just a bit complicated for my opponents. I don't have to go for the Exsanguinate here, I can just get a punish for free. They're gonna drop to their store. I don't feel like I even need to Exsanguinate. I could probably just go for a punish next round. We'll see actually. I'm gonna go for the Manacles here. And if I get the stun, I will... Oh, that's the perma-stun. A death blow is a perma-stun. So let's go for match number 2. Alright, and here we go, straight into a match number 2, and this time it's going to be Crusader and A-Bomb versus Crusader and A-Bomb. Yeah, my opponent uses the Antiquarian again, but this time I have the Jester WD, so this is, or rather the Musical Domination is how you call it. Yeah, we call it the Musical Domination, that's the new and cute and fancy name. And my opponent has kind of a Virtue team? Oh, is this the 4 Virtues team? It is, isn't it? Yeah, this is a blast from the past, actually. I mean, the Sacred Blade is in the wrong spot, so it's completely cursed, but, you know, it's cool. 4 Virtues against a damage team. Yeah, how do you do? It feels like Avocado is trying to counterpick me, but it has been going horribly, because I played Stress in the first match, and now I'm playing a damage team against 4 Virtues. Yeah, it's not ideal, but it's not the end of the world, because they have Bellows and they have Rejuvenating Vapors, and I don't have Disruption, I don't have the pulls from the Bounty Hunter, I only have stuns and crit Holy Lances. So this is why you don't push the Crusader, you get crit Holy Lance in the face. Everyone has a plan until they get crit Holy Lance in the face. That's just how it be. It is what it is. And they're gonna get Finale this turn. they are. Actually, they might not get Finale, they might get Dirk Stabbed instead, but yeah, this is really just Jester WD doing its thing. It's a very strong team, very underrated team as well. It's not every day you see it, but it's just so nasty. It is such a nasty team. I could go for the Harvest here instead of the Dirk Stab, and that is honestly a move. But I'd rather get the Death Blow, and the extra 10% is, it could make the difference here, it could make the difference, so let's just go for the Death Blow. And this is the perfect start for any damage team. Round 1 you get a kill, and round 2 you still have Finale. This is the perfect start for the Halo Compers, perfect start for the Jester WD, and from here on out it just feels really difficult if you're not one of these honestly overpowered teams. I must say. I will keep my Arbalest turn because I want to flare their stun, because it is more advantageous for me. I have 4 moves, they only have 3, so if they stun me it's actually a good thing, because I'll just flare it away, I'll flare the Bell debuff away, and everyone's happy. So instead I'll just drop the Holy Lance rather than the Sniper Shot onto this Antiquarian, because I want to Finale her. After she's gone with the Finale, it's not going to be fun for my opponents, so they're just going to drop the Festering Vapors. They don't have the Materia past this. They do hit everyone though. These 3 are very susceptible to the Festering Vapors Bellow shenanigans, so it is something that I have to watch out for. I'm just going to drop a Dirk Stab here, it's honestly okay. Maybe I should have gone for the immediate Sniper Shot into the Finale, but then I would have been stunned, so it wouldn't have worked out too well. But they're just gonna go for the cells here, so I guess I'm not going to use the flare anyway. Now I can go for the stun myself, which I will go for it. I do think going for the stun here is better. If you're playing a team like this, even though it makes sense to Bellow, to be Spile here, because you're chipping away at the tanky character with no blight resistance, you're dissuading the Antiquarian from going Festering Vapors. I still feel like it's not the move, because it's not as inherently aggressive as just getting stuns, getting damage. You need to do damage now. If I wait for like 3 turns to get my pressure in, then I will get pressured way harder than my opponent, because once I wait, yeah, things don't go too well for this team. So that's definitely a Finale turn if I've ever seen one. That's a character in position 4, could be guarded, is not. Guaranteed Finale, we just get rid of her, and now it is a 4v2 against 2 stunned characters. 3 of them with heals, and you know, it's kind of a 3.5 v2, because the Jester has used his Finale, but I don't have caltrips here to start chipping away at these 2, so as weird as it sounds, my opponent could still win this. Very unlikely, but could still win this. Yeah, there is always a possibility, so you should never let your guard down. I think this is actually going to be a flare turn, because having to deal with Dazes is absolutely obnoxious, especially when there's 3 freaking rounds of it. So I'm just gonna, you know, say goodbye to that, and I'm gonna Bile into Stun. That's going to be the move here. But Chap, you just said... honestly, yeah, I did just say it. My opponent doesn't really have that much protection, so going Rage here might actually be the move. I'm gonna do crit 26 to that Crusader. Yeah, I just said it. I just said it, man. Just Rage. Don't go for the bile here. You literally just said not to. And if this Man at Arms had like 50 prot, yeah, definitely bile there. It's the move. But since he doesn't have 50 prot, we just do this. We fail the stun, which is unfortunate, but it's still really bad for this Crusader here, because if he heals, he's dead. If he doesn't heal, he's dead anyway. So it's just going to be Stalwart. Wow, RNG is on my side today. I can tell. I think it started off poorly with me going second in like the I think I went first, or did I go second? I honestly can't remember anymore, but. You know, I have gotten a few crits, to say the very least, but it is a damage team, it is an Arbalist, it is a Crusader with Holy Lance, so these are all the things that make the Butcher Circus that we know and love. And at this point, if you have a Virtuous Crusader against the Man-at-Arms, you pretty much can't lose, because you just heal, and yeah, he has to deal with it. I mean, he can't deal with it, that's the problem. He has to try and deal with it pointlessly, so Avocado is just holding on to try and take one of my characters, but it is not going to happen, because Virtuous Crusader is just balanced. I'm gonna drop the Battle Ballad, the round 4 Battle Ballad, the absolute meme, the one that we love to see, and yeah, it's just gonna be heal into blah 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 into blah blah blah. So let's skip ahead to the end of the match. Alright, and there we go. It took a little bit longer than expected because I kept getting mid-rolls against that MAA, but we are gonna move on to match number 3. Alright, and here we go into the match number 3, and this time, yeah, there we go. There's the Grave Robber that we've been meaning to look at, and the Highwayman, and the Jester. I actually played with this team, now that I remember. Yeah, I have actually played with this team, and I remember Avocado saying like, "You didn't solo once? What were you doing?" And yeah, it was quite a fun team to play with. So we are in a bit of a weird situation, because I kind of don't want to, I kind of don't want to let them get Holy Lance value here. I think it would be a bit rough if that were to happen. So instead, I'm actually going to push this. Grave Robber and probably guard the Abomination immediately after, because it will be the tool that's being targeted here. He's going to be targeted for sure. He doesn't have defense on him. The Flatron has decent defense, and my opponent does have stuns, but it's only one stun, and it's also not a very reliable one. It's a 120% chance on it. So I think it would make a lot of sense for me to guard here. Guard preemptively. Ship, what are you doing? You're using guards in your stress teams with protection. This is so odd. Ship is actually using his guards preemptively instead of just losing the match to a crit lunge into a Dirk Sam and whatnot. But yeah, I do have Ship stress number 5 here, so I have kind of counterpicked my opponent again, because this team does really well into damage teams. I don't have it fully optimized against damage teams. I do have aggressive Flagellant and aggressive Abomination, so it still does well into other stress teams and stuff like that. But you know, it's definitely not. It's definitely not the team that you want to play against if you're rolling around with your damage teams that don't have like Vestal levels of stuns. You know, having only one stun trinket on this Crusader means that just with me having a numbing instance, it's going to be incredibly difficult for you to actually just deal with this card, because there's too much protection on it. There are Panic Darts on this Grave Robber, and I feel like that's how this is going to have to go down. Panic Darts are just going to have to put the hurt on me. And you know what, this is just a heal turn. I could go Suppressing Fire, but there's really no point in doing that when I'm perfectly safe just healing here and preventing, you know, a crit Wicked Slice or something of the likes. There's going to be Holy Lance onto my Arbalist, because she's the one character my opponent can hit that doesn't have 60 prot, but she still has way too much HP. So it's just going to be a D-transform into a Beast Vial. I could have gone for the Bellow first. That was a possibility, but I kind of want to do the Bile here. I wanna do that extra blind just to spite my opponent a bit. And yeah, after this, it's probably gonna be the bellow stuff. I might go for a command buff here, because there is a lot of dodge on that backline, so it would be nice. I'm gonna go for the stun. I do have the flare available, so that was a 65 stun. Unfortunately, it did work. I do have the flare available. I'm probably gonna go for it. But before we do any of that, we still have a couple of turns, so we're just going to battle here, get those damage debuffs through. Oh, it applied on the Grave Robber, that's massive. I don't have the Eerie Eye anymore, so my accuracy and my hit and my debuff chance are, you know, very, very basic. But thankfully, I do hit and debuff this Grave Robber, so it's rough for my opponent. I could just suck it up. Honestly, I could just suck it up and pass here. Or, yeah, that is a possibility. I could just suck it up and pass here and keep my heals. But they do have the solo, so I have to watch out. Yeah, they do have the solo, so I really have to watch out here. I think it's going to be a flare turn, though. Getting rid of that daze on the Abomination could be crucial towards me getting a win here, because I could potentially stun the Jester the next round if I find it necessary to do so. I do have 10 prot, sadly no battle debuff on there. Wicked Slice is very unlikely to drop me to 0 HP here. I think that's still quite a high roll to get on the Wicked Slice, but yeah, I'm perfectly okay just dropping a Rain of Sorrows. Sadly, it misses and tickles, but you know, it's okay. We're slowly causing pressure onto my opponent's side, and that's exactly what we want. Slowly cause pressure while we just stay alive and just enjoy ourselves. So I could shift the guard here, or I could go for a heal. Both are okay. Definitely don't get finale. That's that's never the move. But I think actually shifting the guard here is the move, because I have to guard again this turn. I've already run out of it. And now if they try to go hard onto my Abomination, I still have the Arbalest heals, I have the Repulse, and I have the Redeem available. So it becomes really, really difficult for my opponent to deal with this. One thing they can do is Grape Shot Blast to try and stop this this pressure tool with the Flagellant. Just make sure that I don't go too crazy with it. Make sure that I don't have all this dominance with my Flagellant, because the Flagellant is a very strong character, but you don't always have those heals available to you when you want them. So if you're able to be in a position where you have that heal available to you whenever you want it, it is massive. It is absolutely massive. So I have 16 HP here, 20 prot. They have 11 to 20 damage, reduced by the prot, reduced by the battle debuff. They need a crit on it. So I could... I feel quite in this situation. I do feel quite in this situation. I think I'm just going to try to slam this Jester. It's extremely unlikely that they get the finale off, so I'm just going to slam the Jester, put him in position 3. It's likely that they try and what do you call it? That they try and solo me here again and keep going with the panic darts, but after I redeem here, my entire team is at full HP, and their team is down a fair bit, so I think it is overall good for me. I also don't have to redeem immediately, and I won't, definitely won't redeem immediately. I'm just going to miss both the miss both the Rain of Sorrows. I love it. Oh, the Butcher's Circus, just a wonderful game in it. Just a wonderful game. You know what can I do about it? If I heal here, I'll go up to like 20 HP. If I heal myself, which actually isn't that much. That's the minimum amount, 20 HP. Oh, yeah, that is the minimum amount. So I could do it. 20, huh? 20, 14 to 25 reduced to like 12, 10 to... it's... They have to get a crit finale to kill me. Yeah, of course I roll for the minimum. Of course I do. Yeah, I will probably have to drop the redeem this turn. It is unfortunate, but it's probably gonna have to happen. I wonder if they Grape Shot here. Yeah, they finally dropped the Grape Shot. It is good for me though, because it heals my Arbalest up a bit. So I definitely appreciate it. So it heals the Arbalest up a bit, and now I just drop a redeem onto the Arbalest as well, and everything is perfectly fine. Okay, good. 48 HP as well. Yes, we take those. The only problem I'm gonna have is that this Jester is pretty much able to infinitely stack the Jester, the finale buffs, so eventually they are gonna get a kill on my side, because I'm missing some of the Rain of Sorrows and all that, so, you know, eventually this is gonna get rough. They can finale my Abomination here, maybe not yet, but they can finale my Abomination soon. They can definitely put the squeeze on me, but it's not going to happen immediately, and that's exactly what I want. So here I just de-transform my good self-heal I could self-heal, let's keep this in mind. I could literally just self-heal here, and that would probably be okay, but I feel like getting a stun and an affliction on this Grave Robber might be a tiny bit more impactful. Yeah, I think this is just a bit better. She goes abusive, which is plus damage, so my opponent doesn't really mind it, but it is minus dodge as well, so I'll be able to land the punish and more manacles onto this Grave Robber the next few turns. I do have Sniper Shot on my Arbalest, so keep that in mind. They go for the finale here. It's risky, but they get the crit on it, as you do. But, you know, I still think this is good for me. Even though they roll for the crit finale there, which they needed. Either a crit finale or a really high roll is what they needed, and they got it. So it is a bit unfortunate for me, but, you know, I think it's okay, because their entire team is not in amazing shape. My Abomination had already gotten both transformations off. This Grave Robber is really not in good shape. The Jester is not in good shape. They could get a Virtue with the Crusader. They could also start using that Inspiring Cry to great effect, but I don't know. I personally don't think Inspiring Cry is that good. Yeah, I'm kind of sleeping on it a little bit. I don't think it's that good. Like, it could work because I haven't killed a single character here and I don't have that much offensive pressure as I normally would with a team like this, with a stress team, because this is Chef stress number 5, so it is having that Arbalest without that much stress in the backline. She's more here for support, so my opponent's team can still endure through this, but I feel like they need to start using those Inspiring Cries now. Yeah, so there we go. It's gonna be Inspiring Cry on the Jester. It's gonna get rid of some of the horror, but he's still gonna get afflicted here eventually. So it is not too shabby. This is gonna be... I whiffed the Jester, really? I really whiffed the Jester there. And he goes Masochistic. Okay, if you went Virtuous there, if you went Courageous, this would probably be GG. Unironically, if you went Courageous, this would be absolutely atrocious. But there is a Virtue chance there. I guess he still has all the solo buffs that he stacked up, so he still has a decent amount of dodge. It's gonna be Dual Savants. They still haven't used the Vendetta. They're absolutely tickling me, so you know I'm fine with this. I'm actually going to punish this Grave Robber just to get her down to 0. I think it's the best thing to do here. I could go for the Rain of Stars, but I'd rather just wait out that dodge on the Jester, because right now I'm just going to miss him. So the punish here is a perfectly good move to just spike this Grave Robber a little bit. So yeah, the Jester, you know, right now he's gonna tickle pretty much. I think he's gonna tickle. Yeah, 7 damage, kind of a big tickle. But yeah, still a tickle. That's also why I don't think healing the Grave Robber was any good here. It's just gonna get you dead faster, because now you get the heart attack sooner, because I dropped you to Death Star again, so you just took more stress for it. So she's dead now, unless there's some stress heal or some healing going down. Definitely not some healing. If there's some healing, she's definitely dead. But if there's some stress healing, she could survive. But even then, it's like 35 stress that you heal. But I'm still doing punish, potentially getting a death blow, doing more stress. I might even get a crit and out-stress him. So it's really not a move that I like. I really don't like this move. It works sometimes. This is definitely one of the teams where it could work, but I just don't like it. I don't think it's that good. Okay. We might just go for another punish, or I could Rain of Sorrows now. I could Rain of Sorrows now. What they're probably going to do is drop Panic Darts on my Arbalest, which is a bit regrettable, but yeah, it's what they want to do. I am selfish here, but that's okay. I don't mind being... no, I'm not selfish. This Iron Man is selfish, so I don't mind actually going for the bullet here. I'm gonna take some damage for it. They do go to position 3, though, and even though they are at this door with 2 Velo debuffs, they are abusive. So their lunge might actually hurt me here, more than the Panic Darts would. I don't know the damage values on it with all these variables, but yeah, I do think it will hurt a little bit. But yeah, they still go for the Panic Darts. It's just a more reliable move to go for. So now I get to go for the Rain of Sorrows, and hopefully... No, not the death blow, not yet. 20 stress, that's very good. If I drop another Rain of Sorrows, she's dead. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do start of next round. Unless they, like, wicked slice my Flagellant here, but... Oops, there goes the turn. Selfish, just being selfish, as we love it. And 5 damage, yeah, when I do drop to Death Star, I'm just gonna heal myself, and I still have the guard, so... This is really difficult for my opponent. If you have a guaranteed kill chance, you go for it, but it's not guaranteed because my hit chance, the 75 to hit. Oh, she stays alive. Okay, I can bellow here and she's dead, but they're gonna drop the heal now. But it should be okay for me. It should actually be okay for me here. Uh, of course there's a crit heal. Why wouldn't there be a crit heal? Oh, this is annoying. This is incredibly annoying. Okay. Well, in that case, it's gonna have to be a bellow. She's still dead in 2 turns, by the way, but finally I get the affliction on the Jester. It goes masochistic, I guess. I guess that's useful. No more dodge, Jester. No more 70 dodge on this freaking guy. And yeah, I could still lose this. It is regrettable, but there's definitely a chance I lose this. Okay, she's dead the next turn, but there's probably gonna be a heal or a stress heal before that happens. And that is just not a good move. I was dropping anyway, so I don't know why you do that. They could have gone for panic darts on the man-at-arms here. They could have done lots of things. I was dropping anyway, so I really don't understand why they do that. Maybe they're trying to reposition, but I don't know. I don't know. Repositioning here, it doesn't really do you that good because these two are still just, you know, they're not doing too much. I guess you get to solo me and get the affliction on my Arbalist because of the panic darts that you've been dropping. So I guess that does work. I go selfish. That might move me forward. Hooray. Hooray for selfish. Just being a fun affliction to deal with. Okay. If I bellow here, she lives. So I might just wait out the Crusader turn a little bit. I might also just go for a punish on the Jester instead. I might also just go for the Rain of Stars here a bit preemptively. I do also have the Bola for the kill. That's also a possibility. If I do this, I also eat some repulse damage, which is great. Oh, the stress caused extra stress because of the crit. And yeah, so she's gonna have a heart attack a bit early. So she lives. Oh, she lives. Oh, how unfortunate. I feel like this is still the best move though. I don't want to just drop a punish on her and then all the other characters are still doing fine. I want to spread some pressure around still get the win that way. Oh, that's massive. Oh, that is absolutely massive actually. That is huge. She goes for the Shab Fade. Oh, okay. This is perfect suppressing fire value. We go for it. We miss the Grave Robber, unfortunately, because we have Snuff, and it's a stinky trinket. But we get the immediate death blow on the Crusader, which is just massive here. They're going to drop a Duelist Advance, which will do 3 damage. Or, no, I guess they're free to just drop a Grape Shot here. So my Arbalist is dead. It is unfortunate, but my Arbalist is dead. There's nothing I can do about it because there's Cloak and Dagger, so bypass guard while stealthed. There's Grape Shot, and there's, more importantly, Dirk Stab. Bypass guard, finisher. No point in guarding here, completely useless. It's too late for that. So we just drop the bellow here, hope to cause some stress, and hope that after they get this kill, I go for another bellow, get rid of the Grave Robber, and just win the match that way, because that is... Oh, no, okay, she's gone. She's gone, I guess. That's wonderful. And I think a punish here, it would have to be a crit to get rid of the Jester, but yeah, we keep the flash on turn. But honestly, the man-at-arms could just solo this. Yeah, he could have been soloing this like a couple rounds ago. he still has 40 HP, 30 prot. Yeah, he's never getting stunned because of the numbing instance, so it's just really unfortunate. It causes 2 heart attacks, and I did try to like maximize this because I was really worried of this Crusader just doing his glorious standard shenanigans. That's something you really need to worry about when you're playing with stress teams like this that don't have like the full burst that other stress teams do have. Because if you're a tiny bit defensive and then you're just one character behind, it's over. Because this guy is just gonna do stress heals and you can't do anything because every time you try to attack, there's also a boss on the enemy side. It's just horrid. Finally, the turn 10 Vendetta to turn the tides of the match. And I am going to punish Avocado to the Shadow Realm. And that is going to be it for this series of matches. So definitely do let me know if you want to see some shorts. There could also be shorts of matches that I didn't commentate on, because I do that rarely, but it does happen. Sometimes I play without commentating and then the matches are just stuck there in limbo. And some of them are quite good, but I don't feel like doing some post-match commentary on them instead of just playing something new. So oftentimes I just have some matches lying around, which has been cool and helpful before. But anyway, do let me know, and I hope y'all enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you again another time. Cheers!